Broadcasting. Welcome to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Corey Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items at my job, he can play the right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game Bang.
What's up, pizzas? We bouts to get this started. That's my phrase, everybody.
Wow,
I
stop it now.
by myself. No outside influence.
He's lying to you people.
We are available on Stitcher, so check it out. That's a pretty big deal, I think, because we've been on the wait list for like a week. I just got the email about 5 minutes ago, so we're pretty happy. So check it out if you listen to Stitcher. And this Friday, Aaron and I will be on the Under-Inspired YouTube show, live show. They're celebrating 100 subscribers. So this September 27th, we are going to be on the live Under-Inspired show with Scott Hume. He's an indie developer. He's working on a video game Kickstarter for a game he's working on called Reverence Lost. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And today we have a super duper special guest. You may have read her articles on the Nerd Reactor. She is on the radio up in Canada. She is Gen The Geek Girl LeBlanc. And yeah.
I think that's LeBlanc. Genevieve.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll ask her about that.
I'm just saying.
We'll
I spent a little
name.
time in France because of our hatred so much that I had to go see what it was all about.
I love how the music just perfectly went. The music knew you were full of crap.
It's like, wait, what?
What?
You know you didn't.
400
That's a
like
lie.
giveaway. We're not really on par for that, but hopefully you guys start liking.
How many likes already?
We're at about 150.
Okay, that's I
Not
was
even
thinking
half.
130 something.
I don't know.
I'm trying.
We'll figure it out. So all we want is 400 likes on Facebook, and then we're going to give away GTA 5. We want to give it out on October 1st to coincide with the launch of GTA Online. But, we can only do what we can do.
Yeah, we can't control everybody.
We can't control everybody. No, we can't control anybody, can we?
Taylor
that's
Swift.
life. Yeah.
I think we control Taylor
That'd
Swift.
be like Doctor Who episode when they're controlled by the Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of way.
Corey wouldn't know anything about
Yeah.
that,
No
would
idea
he?
what you're
It's a
talking
Doctor
about.
Who.
Yeah,
Steven?
exactly.
Nobody knows Doctor Who.
Everybody, Whovians know about that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Really?
That is
That's
actually
right.
a term.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
probably for the people that like the band.
Nobody likes the
Doctor
Who.
That's
Nobody
terrible.
likes the Who.
Oh, God.
I get that now. If you haven't heard their voices already, our faithful companion, the person who makes this all possible single-handedly, Steven Gutierrez is here.
Hello, everybody.
You guys don't hear him every week, but he's always here. He's always lurking, helping us around
He's
with
in
the
your
show.
closet.
He's in the closet.
Watching you when you go to your
Around
car
the corner.
alone.
Let me get on the show, guys. Let me get on the show.
You guys doing it? It's gonna be awesome.
And you could hear her giggle. She's charming. How would you describe her?
Uh-oh.
I
I don't want to hear Aaron's opinion.
Wow.
You
Actually.
did call her the thing.
I know that.
But with good reason. She's orange.
Wow.
Orange?
No.
I am not orange.
It's just the lighting in the
messed
room,
up.
Laura.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just a
the
terrible
lighting.
tan.
It's Laura.
apologize.
Laura
Rodriguez.
Laura Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I almost called her Laura Gutierrez.
Wow. Wow.
She should be so lucky.
So we got a lot of stuff going on Stitcher with the podcast and the live show on Friday. Really excited about it. I think pretty much
Is it live on Friday?
it's live.
Oh, man.
This isn't pre-recorded,
Whoa.
The pressure is on.
Wow.
so no cursing.
I like it. Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
You guys better
on
do
a
like 100
daily
push-ups
basis.
before you go on camera.
I'm all right. The
To,
camera adds 10 pounds. Doesn't
Get your
matter.
pump going.
These guys are good guys, though.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're cool. Check them out. They're on YouTube. Steven. Oh, what you playing?
It never fails.
What you playing? What you playing? Steven, what you playing?
Oh wow.
He's like,
Well, actually,
I wasn't ready for Vanilla Ice's theme song to jump in.
That was a shocker. I actually just beat 2 games recently. I beat BioShock 1, which was pretty good.
Just talk right into the microphone there.
Yeah, I beat BioShock 1.
I'm gonna get your mouth right up on that.
Yeah, right there. You almost want your lip to touch the
Really?
tip.
It's like a porn now. It's terrible. And then I just beat Assassin's Creed Revelations. That was pretty good. And then I just recently started BioShock Infinite.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah. I'm a little late, but it's pretty good so far.
So while everyone else is GTAing, you're
Exactly.
Bioshocking. Was this because of your ethics?
I kind of refuse to buy that game until it comes out on the next gen, which a lot of people are saying it's not going to. But I'm a firm believer that it would be a stupid mistake.
I don't think they're going
if they
to.
didn't.
I don't think they're going to.
It'd be dumb.
Because I think they're going to focus more on this gen and what they can put out right now. I think they're going to do that.
It just feels like it'd be kind of a dumb decision. I mean, money-wise, you'd probably make a lot more. People would probably buy it again, play it again. You got bigger RAM, so you can probably do a lot more things than
You got more RAM, you got more internet.
Okay,
you got
so
more
you have
gigabytes.
to-
you got more hard drives.
What AAA title like that big has ever launched on the system? Silence comes over the room, everybody.
Trying to think.
It hit
Yeah.
a billion. Billion.
Because it made
within like
a
3
lot
days.
of money, yeah.
So money isn't the issue, and that's why they're kind of got this swagger now.
Yeah.
So then they can.
Because all they're going to
The
do,
money's not an issue.
every time that they put like the transitional games, the port to the upper system is always weaker.
I can see it being smoother because
That's true. That
think,
is
think
actually
about
proven.
think about how many gigs did you need to install the game?
I don't know, it was like
What's that,
6 or 8. Yeah,
Okay,
so-
boom. If it comes on the next gen because of the hardware, right? It should have no problem running just basically off of a disc.
But think
don't
about it
understand
this
why-
way as well, though. We don't know how to use the technology as well as we know how to use this current technology. So we don't know how to get all the bells and whistles pinging from this Xbox One like we do out of this 360 because we've been working on this one for a decade now or whatever, or 5 years, half a decade.
They're gonna have to worry about making it cross-platform between the
Yeah.
two systems, especially if they're putting so much
Why
into
would you have
online.
to make it cross-platform though? Like,
Well, because
'Cause
you're
there's
going to
not
want
gonna
people
be-
on the
yeah.
Xbox One to play with people on the 360 in the
There's-
same online world.
there's-
Otherwise, they're going to have to make 2 then, and then that's going to be twice the resources. And
I don't think they'll
And
be
they're-
coming out with that on the next gen. So.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
too
never buy it
complicated.
until it's like $10.
Wow.
And I probably wouldn't even play it.
If you haven't bought it yet, I believe him.
That's,
I don't know
that's
unless
weird, 'cause it's
online
a
comes
good
on, and then
game.
that's all everyone's doing.
And I
for the
think
next-
from what I've been reading on this online, because I assume the rest of everybody's what you're playing is GTA minus
yeah,
you, Laura.
GTA.
No, yeah, I've been playing.
Well, then,
GTA.
boom, there it is.
But
Odd man out over here, apparently.
Because the online, the story for one is really good. It's like
So
just
I've heard.
crazy. And then with this online coming up, it's like
Well, I'm not knocking that it's a terrible game. It's not what I'm trying to do. Like, I want to play the game. I've actually checked it out for like a couple minutes at my brother-in-law's house.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that's fine. But the thing is, like, I'm getting ready to gear up for the next system when that comes out. So it's like I don't want to buy a game, and because me, I don't beat the games right away. I like savor it, and I have a whole bunch of games I haven't even
He likes to
finished
take
this
his
day.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but to miss out on one of the potential game of the years games.
More of the year.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
far, I think it's
Like-
probably one of the best games I've played.
Yeah, like it hands down
It
the best
takes me
GTA.
straight back to San Andreas days.
I don't even own games, like a ton of them anymore. I traded in all the rest of my games towards this one game.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. That's good.
It's not even called the Xbox 360 anymore, as far as I'm concerned. It's called my GTA 5 machine.
Exactly.
I'll get the
That's
Xbox One, and
Well-
that'll be my new Xbox, and
And
then
then
I'm always going to have the
GTA
GTA
machine.
machine.
800 million people bought it, or
It made that
spent
much
money.
money.
Much. So there's going to be a used one somewhere down the road.
Yeah,
And I will save money.
It's got to be there already.
It's
Because
got-
out of all the people who buy it, there's got to be a few dills that just.
Some people just beat the game and they turn it back in. Cause
Oh,
they
no.
think,
I already went to a GameStop and asked
Hey,
them
we
if
don't call it
there's-
GameStop on
where's
here.
the,
Did you miss last week's show?
Oh,
Wow.
Game Store.
Game
Excuse
Store,
me.
yeah.
And I've asked, like, is there any been trading? They were like, the last place they checked was some
Remote
Hoboken
town.
town. Like, you know, so I was like, I'm not getting raped today, and I'll wait. And so that's what I'm
It's
going to do.
kind of hard to pass
Unless
on
I
that bad
get
boy.
400 likes and you guys give me the game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. You could win. Anybody could win.
You
It's
gotta
anybody's
be-
ball
it is.
game.
You got to be in it to win.
Laura
it.
could win.
Why?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Said why? Gee.
Well, that's why we don't
I
have the
guess
likes
you don't
because of that
want it.
attitude,
I
Missy.
have it.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, have it twice.
Yeah.
Rub it in somebody's face.
What's better than
Oh,
two?
no.
So we talked about the rating. You said there's no such thing as a 10.
Yes.
What do you give this one?
9.8.
9.8 is official?
9.8. What's keeping it from a 9.9 to make it a
I was just about to ask that.
close
too.
to the game is no online in the. in
So
the
online
opening.
comes and it just blows your freaking
Then
mind.
it just blows my mind. Well, because first of all, and online has to live up to the expectations that have been in Game Informer, IGN's articles. They're saying 500 missions. They're saying they wanted to create a game that'll have you playing for years and you not get tired of it because there's new stuff.
I don't
So,
believe that.
so,
That's-
and the only reason why I kinda am like, kind of, trying to believe them is because there were games like that when I was in high school that had me through the whole 4 years, and they didn't have any online or DLC or anything back then, and I could play those for the longest, and I wouldn't get bored. It was something new every time. I haven't played a game like that since, I don't know, Modern Warfare, the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Modern Warfare 4?
We mentioned too that GTA 5 is going to, they made $1 billion.
Uh-huh.
They're all set for life, and now they kind of got this new attitude where it's like, yeah, we got glitches, but you
Okay,
bitches.
yeah. And they
we got
admit them.
glitches, bitches.
They admit it right
Patches
out.
coming whenever we get around to it.
That's because they know they made one awesome game.
So we got the issue with cars disappearing out of garages.
Yep.
So I've been screwed out of like nearly $300,000 because I've customized these cars. I put them in the garage and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Cars that
driving
you
it.
Stole, correct?
Well, yeah.
So the game just stole them back.
I've seen glitches for
there's that one.
missions.
There's that one for the gate in front of Michael's house where I guess if your car is touching the gate as it closes, it just acts as a catapult and
It
launches
just
your car
launches-
across.
I
The
haven't done that yet, but I will do that soon.
That sounds awesome.
And they said that with the online, expect growing pains.
But that's fine. If you at least promise this big massive game online and then deliver part of what you've already promised, I'll sit through the glitches. I mean, I'm down for it.
Yeah. So we got the crew going on Rockstar.com already, and it's only Tuesday. It's next Tuesday. That's kind of exciting. Felt like this time flew by.
Yeah. You had the single player to play. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
You're too busy stealing cars and banging hookers.
and I've stolen like over 100 cars.
It's pretty embarrassing
real
that they
life.
have a lap dance stat too online, so
Did
you could see exactly how many times
Wow.
in which your friends are the perverts.
That's terrible because all of you will have that bar maxed out.
Word to the wise: when Trevor owns the strip club, spoiler, you can touch the strippers all you want without getting thrown out.
Yeah, you can. That doesn't make you less of a pervert.
Laura told me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He
That's
said
why.
he saw her stat and it was the highest out of everybody.
She does
huh?
have the highest hooker stat.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Dan Hauser from Rockstar in an interview teased the idea of Bully 2 coming out.
Awesome.
That'd be a good one.
I don't know. Where can you go from GTA 5? Because that's exactly what Bully's going to be. GTA 5 Elementary.
Which would be awesome.
Bully college years.
Wow. And then media is gonna be crazy about this one with kids shooting up schools and stuff like that.
Oh, even more. Now is the perfect time.
Yeah.
You couldn't kill people in Bully 1.
No, you couldn't.
You beat
Use
the
the
shit out of
slingshot.
them.
You beat up everybody,
And I
but
think the fighting mechanics in Bully were the best.
I don't even
Rockstar?
remember. I never beat Bully. I got to the
What?
Christmas. For somebody that isn't by GTA 5, you have no
Okay,
what
time
moments in this whole thing.
out. Time out. But I actually technically I have bought GTA 5 from a certain game store for somebody else.
Well, that's
And,
not for yourself.
But it's still, I bought it. Right? I
Not
did.
for
Tell us about your
yourself.
Game Informer. I want to know why Let's call Game Informer out because they're dropping
It's-
it.
Oh man,
Steven recently got his Game Informer.
All right, so yeah, I recently got my Game Informer in the mail, and it was the issue about the Call of Duty Ghost as the new issue, and I get it, and there's like coffee stains and like it's like folded in half, and it's like all torn up, like the pages are all like petrified and stuck together. It's like it literally looks like somebody read it and like threw it
I've had
around,
those
put
ones
stuff
too.
on it.
Had it sitting under their
Yeah.
coffee table. For
You
a
know
few
what?
days.
You got the bathroom copy
I
of
sure
the
did.
Game Informer. And that's what happened. You got the bathroom.
Somebody rolled
copy.
it up and beat their dog
Right.
with it.
That's supposed to
No.
go out next Tuesday.
The mailman came back from some taco truck portable restroom and was reading it, just threw it in his car and was like, it's going to some Steven Gutierrez.
Honkies.
Right?
Honkies.
There's pages missing.
What was this? This was Game Informer?
Yeah, this is a Game Informer.
That's the one from the Game Store?
Yes, from the Game Store. Yeah.
Wow, Game
Sometimes
Store.
that happens to me too.
You get beat up,
Yeah.
get rolled around.
The last
and
issue was
coffee
that,
stains.
like
It was beat. My stuff comes in crisp. Yeah,
Sure it does.
It does.
It's terrible.
So Valve confirms the Steam box and a complete Steam operating system. We're not really PC gamers, but it's big news.
Isn't that a transfer though for those PC gamers to become kind of a console, or is this just like a smaller PC for you to just get games?
Well, first of all, the operating system is supposed to be free, and so I don't know, man. I think they're getting into it over their heads a little bit.
That's kind of like because most PC gamers are like, oh, everything's better on PC, but now you're coming out with a console. It's kind of contradictory. Like,
well, I don't think
everybody-
Valve says we're better than everybody.
no. Well, not Valve, but like everybody that's a PC gamer, the first thing they say is, "Oh, Steam is like the best thing to get games because they have all their sales and stuff." And now they're like, "Okay, well, let's have a console now." So now it's kind of like,
yeah.
you know, get what I'm saying? Like, people are going to be upset because now the console gamers are going to be able to get the deals and the stuff that was only exclusive to.
Here's
PC
my theory, my professional opinion.
You're professional, okay.
This is the computer version / gaming version of Android. That's going to be their attempt. So they're coming out with a software and operating system that's free.
Okay.
So anybody who makes hardware could decide, I'm going to make a gaming laptop, quote unquote, and I'm going to use this free operating system instead of paying Microsoft for Windows 8. I'm going to market this one towards gamers. Just the same thing Android did to the smartphone market against Apple.
Huh.
And then so you're going to have different levels of hard drives and different Steam boxes with different specs based on whoever wants to make one.
Still not buying it.
Yeah, me neither. There's going to be maintenance, I think. I heard people discussing it on Twitter, and they were saying, there's going to be like upgrade parts that are going to come out so you can work on your machine still.
Can I take it to like a Best Buy and have them do that?
The Geek Squad?
Yeah, the Geek Squad can have them
I
do it?
doubt it because Geek Squad is part of Best Buy. Best Buy is in bed with Microsoft.
First of all, it's called Yes Buy, not
Yes
We're
Buy.
doing the whole.
Oh no, Best Buy's fine. They're cool.
Really?
Yeah, they're cool.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Game Store.
It's just Game Store, that's all.
Wow.
Okay.
That's terrible.
This message brought to you by Best Buy.
Best place to buy.
That's good. I like that. That's actually part of the catchphrase. It's continued. The Best Buy. Pause. That's good. And I'm sorry about that. Let's see. What did you guys think of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? Did anybody watch it in here?
I watched it. Yeah.
Aaron watched it.
Heck yeah.
You did too?
Yeah, I watched
Laura?
Oh no, I worked that night.
Aw, you
I
had
was
work
like,
stuff.
"Aw,
excuse.
man, all
Every
those
cable
people."
box has like a DVR function
Well, I
these days.
haven't watched it yet though. I'm trying to.
Early thoughts?
Early thoughts. I want to see more Marvel characters. I know it's a S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and
How many do we get in the opening? Just 2?
we got like official ones.
Yeah. Colson and Maria?
I don't think is Coulson actually even in comic books.
Well, he's accepted
Yeah,
now.
yeah, but I don't think he is. Maria, I think is right.
Hill is definitely.
Yeah, Hill is definitely, but I don't think Coulson is.
I know they put Coulson in some of the cartoons.
Yeah, that's only after he's been in these movies, though. Like traditionally, I think
You
Maria
want more
is the only
traditional superheroes.
I want to see like a Spider-Man cameo, and it doesn't even have to be. I swear, it doesn't have to be him saying lines. He could swing past the window real quick, and and Coulson just looks out the window and be like, "Oh, there's Spider-Man again," and then turn back around and go right into his lines with whatever they were doing.
They
and I'll
did
be fine.
plenty of those little nods without actually showing Spider-Man slipping.
Yeah,
through,
they
but
did.
They did a lot of things like, references to Loki, Thor, Hulk.
And that's fine and all, but I'm a visual person. I got to see, Iron Man fly by, hit the wing of the plane, and be like, "Oh, sorry guys," and then fly off or something like that.
Hit the wing of a plane,
Yeah.
so it explodes, and he just flies away.
Yeah,
So-
something cool.
So what do you think of it? Is it good to watch or?
It was good. Yeah, it was funny. Special effects were cool. Little where he's tossing people in the train station and stuff like that.
It was a pilot, so it's only going to get better quality.
Yeah.
Pilots are always pretty
Yeah,
good.
it seems like it's still a young show, so it's like still developing and trying to find its groove or whatever, however they want to go with. But it seems like it has promise.
I've seen it with pilots too, where you see the pilot, and then next episode the cast is going to be all different.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Josh, and as long as Josh is in the lead chair there, and he's running stuff and writing everything or directing, I think it'll be fine.
My only complaint was I love all the movies, but the movies have their little draggy parts, that are kind of weak.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I lose interest when it's just the agents. And so they kind of took all the boring parts from the movies to me, and they're like, "Hey, here's this every week."
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I'm saying they could stand to do with some type of Marvel character busting in. The Thing just come out of the coffee room and is like, "We're out of sugar, everybody," or something like that. Like, do I need to be on the writing staff of this or
You
something?
do.
And all I'll do is just write the cameos. That's it. I will write every cameo that comes
That'd be
in.
the weakest thing ever.
But see, like, when you think of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, it's like I know like the cartoons and the comic books, they're getting killed and thrown, and so it's like you can't come and just like have somebody with like the powers of the Hulk fight these average Joes. It would just
Well,
be
they have the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s comic books, don't they? Because I've seen one with Nick Fury, or at least Nick Fury by himself.
Well, see, yeah,
There was no Nick Fury, and I don't think there's gonna be.
No,
either.
Sam Jackson be on TV, please. Come on.
No, he said he would do it.
Yeah, he said he would.
He said he would do it, but
The right money.
Yeah,
yeah, that paycheck better be fat.
yeah. It's gonna be huge, or he's not, doing anything. But
What?
yeah, that's all he'll say.
It's gonna be over the phone. You're not even gonna see him.
He's not even gonna be a character.
It's gonna be a line from a different movie that he's in. Sharks. What are you talking about? Sharks.
Oh man, I just want to see cameos. That's it. Give me more cameos.
I hope they give them at least some like super villains to kind of go up against.
Well, I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. goes against Hydra, right?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, there's a little bit of Hydra going
And Hydra,
on.
they have special agents in Hydra that are like super villains.
Well, they were talking about Extremis and still dealing with Extremis fallout from Iron Man 3, so that means AIM. So maybe give us MODOK.
That's terrible.
That'd be.
That character's-
He
No.
better be coming out of the coffee room and saying they're out of sugar. I don't. Well, yeah, I guess that'd be cool, but that would
Coulson
look
calling
terrible.
Sam Jackson. See, we got eyes on MODOK.
Yeah,
Does he look
Something.
like a bitch?
Like, no, sir. No, he does
Does
not.
he look like a bitch?
Just random. That is a tasty burger.
Sir, where are you? Big Kahuna.
That would be so terrible. That would be so
You can
terrible.
use the Serpent Squad, or oh man, what are they called? The Serpent guys from the X-Men.
Who the separate guys from the X-Men?
Like
Yeah.
serpentine or something.
Yeah, there's like this group of Cobra. There's like the King Cobra guy. But then
I
they
didn't
can
even-
bust out some. I am sick and tired
These snakes.
on this mother flipping shield jet.
That's bad.
We have infinitely made the show better.
Yeah, writing squad right here. And in related news, Fox announcing that Officer Gordon from the Batman series is going to get his own show.
People need to get excited for this. Jim Gordon is one of the most prolific characters in comic book history.
I'd be more happy if it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I
Wow.
will only accept this if it's Bryan Cranston as Commissioner Gordon.
Hey, he ain't got nothing to do now.
His show's ending, and it would be him. You know, do it like 2 years or something before he meets Batman.
Have they done... Well, it's going to have to be, definitely. But I don't know how they're going to do this. Because literally when Jim gets to Gotham, Batman gets to Gotham. That was what year one was all about. Is Jim gets to Gotham, and that's year one of Batman becoming Batman in Gotham.
I
So,
have zero interest in this one. I'm
dude,
sorry.
have you watched Batman year one?
Nope.
Oh, watch that, and I guarantee you'll be into this Gordon one.
Okay, maybe for an episode or two.
No,
No,
Batman
Gordon's-
doesn't bail him out of that ever?
No, not one time. He doesn't meet Batman until like I think the very end of the movie. But it's all about how Jim spends his. It's all about how Batman, of course, spends his first year as Batman. Yeah. But it's also about how Jim spends his first year in this corrupt Gotham police department, and now he has to, work his ways through everything. About him cheating on his wife, and like it's a drama with Jim Gordon. I have never seen.
Sounds like it should be on AMC.
And yeah, like it could be.
I'm telling you,
it could be. And if they write this right, it might be one of those Walking Dead, like
Bryan
you're waiting for the
Cranston,
next.
He did the year one voice for.
Did he? Is that
yeah,
him?
it was him.
Do it. I'm all in.
He can do it. He just got to grow his hair out, put on that Gotham City trench coat.
Now, Aaron, in this one, are you going to expect Clayface to walk out with a cup of coffee in his hand?
Everybody's always out of sugar. No. We're out of sugar, Jim. No, the only people they showed were like in year one were pretty much just the mobsters, and then like Batman and the movie. You got to watch it. It's on Netflix, dude. Like he's jumping off a roof or something like that to stop these just cat burglar guys, and he like slips, and then he's like effing rookie, and he like talking to himself like he's like a rookie at year one. He shouldn't have slipped and busted his back to these like loser guys or whatever. So you can see all the mistakes that happened as Batman in the beginning, because he wasn't perfect from the beginning, and then you can see how Jim deals with people thinking he's a rat, and he's coming in as the clean cut, Captain America-ish, soldier boy into this
Soldier boy, tell him.
into this like corrupt police department, and you got to watch it. I'm expecting high things from this Gordon thing. Who else do you have like
good.
tied to this? Like writers, actors, nobody?
I have no idea. Just it's going to be on Fox.
You've heard it today,
Fox.
Bryan Cranston.
So probably
Bring him
some
back.
Glee crossover.
They're singing "Welcome to Gotham." Oh my god!
Bryan Cranston could do it. Yeah, I think he would. Breaking Bad's done
I'm saying Fox. If you get him, I want my cut.
because he's a younger Jim Gordon in year one. He's not the old gray haired hunchback. Turn Batman's out of my sight.
Are you caught up on Breaking Bad, Steven?
Oh yeah, next Sunday.
If it
next
ends
Sunday's
with him
gonna
going to
be-
witness relocation and they do like a life is not fair, would you be happy?
I would probably laugh my ass off, but be like upset. Like why would you do that? It's
I saw a video. Someone did an awesome YouTube video. I guess like in an episode of Malcolm in the Middle, the dad and the mom were sitting on the couch, and she's like, "You've never done nothing wrong in your life." He'd be like, you'd be surprised what I've done. You know, it's all goofy. And she's like, tell me. He's like, I'm not going to say it. And then she's like, whisper in my ear. And then so he leans in to whisper in her ear, and they play a cut from Breaking Bad where he's like, I deal and manufacture methamphetamine. And her face just... It was so cool.
I'm the one who knocks.
Yeah.
Wow.
You heard it here first, everybody. Breaking Bad is going to turn into Malcolm.
Have you ever watched Breaking Bad, Laura?
No. There's a lot of people that do that.
It definitely starts off pretty slow.
Don't watch it, Laura.
No, don't listen to Aaron.
Don't
because
listen to Aaron.
He's on
I
Wait,
watched
you
it.
crack pipe.
You don't watch it no more?
I watched it up to a certain point, and I was happy with that ending of that season, and I was like, I don't need it anymore.
Wow.
That's
And it's
you watched
literally
up to season 4, right?
whatever this season is now. I watched the one before that. That's it.
Yeah,
so
so
I've seen everything but this last season.
People like to think that Aaron is the level-headed one on the show, and everyone wants to agree with Aaron. This is the one.
I'm sorry.
Look at everybody. Look through this facade.
And Defiance, yeah.
Wow.
That guy's a clown.
I agree.
Wow.
Season 4 was good, and they could have just ended it there.
Mhm.
But what they did with season 5 and like this whole ending, it's
Amazing.
it takes the cake. It's like it's everything that they've ever touched on or done in the show is coming to a close or has been exposed. So it's like it's come full circle.
Not many loose ends.
Yeah.
They pretty much tied them all.
It kind of seemed like all of them were tied up in 4.
No.
Were there some left?
No, yeah. What was the cliffhanger of 4? Don't you remember?
Blew his head off.
No, the cliffhanger at the very end, the last scene they showed.
Oh, with the kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say with that.
That's got to come
That's
to
not a
light.
loose end to me, though.
That's a loose end.
Because it seemed like...
Listen, we got to get to this interview with Jen LeBlanc.
Okay.
So we're going to go to break, but guarantee we're talking about this some more.
What a loose end.
It's terrible.
Stay tuned. We got interview with Gen The Geek Girl LeBlanc after the break.
Gen
Stick
The-
around.
Aaron Carter here with Videogame BANG with a small promo for you. We're trying to get 400 likes. 400 likes.
400 likes. That's what we trying to get.
And we bout to get it, too. 400 likes before October 1st or on October 1st. And we're giving away a free copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, people.
Tell them where they can find our Facebook page. Aaron.
www.facebook/videogamebangbang.com.
That's it. Go there and like. All right, and welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And it's a great honor right here for me because we have another special guest. This is someone that me and Aaron both look up to their writing. We've been great fans, I guess you would say. Are we? Yeah, we're fans, right?
Yeah, I would say we fans.
Is
of
that a
her.
little too crazy?
No, not yet.
So this is Jen LeBlanc. She is a writer, cosplayer, gamer, radio personality, and geek extraordinaire. She can be heard on Live 88.5's Morning Startup and read at thenerdreactor.com. Welcome to the show, Jen.
Hi.
Wow. Actually, that intro came straight from your Twitter. That was extremely handy.
Yeah, I get a little bit of shorthand. Help you guys out.
Yeah, because otherwise, that's the worst part of interview process for me. And speaking of interviewer, you are quite the established interviewer. I see that you have done some interviews with Lou Ferrigno and some of the cast of Community, Jim Rash.
Yeah, I'm really fortunate that, Nerd Reactor is nice and they assign me to conventions, which means I get to go, talk to celebrities if they want to be nice too. Got some interviews with the full cast of Arrow that Nerd Reactor is going to be putting out right before the show launches for the second season. And it's a lot of fun, going out and doing interviews with celebrities. And it's sort of like special because it's not that, oh, I stood in line for 3 hours and paid $80 for your autograph for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You actually get to talk with them and shake their hand. And yeah, no, everybody's been really nice.
So this is where you're at now, up this high level where I know I'm jealous of Aaron, and we're like, you're where we aspire to be.
Yeah.
So let us know a little bit about you and where you started from and how did you get where you're at now?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I mean, I live in Ottawa in Canada, and in 2010 decided I wanted to have a good time, and I flew down to San Diego Comic-Con with my brother. And was wearing my Jill Valentine cosplay, and that was the year that they announced Resident Evil 6 and Revelations, and all these other games were coming out, so there's a lot of focus on Resident Evil at the convention.
Mm-hmm.
And I met up with a group of other Resident Evil cosplayers, and we got together, did a photo shoot for about 2 hours, became Facebook friends, and realized a ton of them ran their own website called Nerd Reactor, and sort of the back and forth there, a couple jokes about, oh, if you ever need a Canadian correspondent, because they were only based in the United States at that time, got me an offer of just like, well, if you want to write an article and we can see how it is. And so I did a little bit of research, did a little bit of writing, and yeah, it was surprisingly easy to join the staff.
Wow.
That's
of Nerd
crazy
Reactor.
how
And that was about 2 years ago.
cosplay led to that whole thing. So if you didn't dress up as Jill, then you just wouldn't have met them. It's just
Yeah.
like, huh.
If I did not have my Jill cosplay, I wouldn't have met them. I wouldn't have hung out. We wouldn't be Facebook friends. I wouldn't be a writer. I wouldn't be a radio personality. And just the whole other butterfly effect. Butterfly effect of cosplay.
Yeah, the Jill effect of cosplay. Amazing.
Well, she's pretty irresistible. I can't really lie about that.
So, is writing your passion, or is this something you go to school for? Are you able to do full time at Nerd Reactor?
Yeah, well, we usually try to do a minimum of an article a week. That does get toned down a bit for me because I do a lot of video stuff on the side, and I have my radio show here in Ottawa, which is done in the Nerd Reactor name on Live at 8 at 5. And, I do go to school full time, not actually for writing. When I was younger, I really wanted to be a writer. But then I realized that I was a really economically anxious person. And therefore
That's a perfect term. I've never heard that
Yeah,
term.
I've never heard that one either.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty economically.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't think writing is going to be a great stable thing to do my whole life. And although we have a really great journalism program in my city, I was fortunate enough to find that I also had a really deep love of the field of psychology. So that's what I study formally at school. But for Nerd Reactor, it's sort of a side job. It's a little part-time side project, but it's definitely where I pour in a lot of love and a lot of attention, as do a lot of our writers. Most of our writers have, day jobs, and then this is what we do for fun.
Wow. Yeah. That's what, if you're not doing it for fun, what are you doing it for?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta love what you do.
And you were we mentioned you said you're the Canadian correspondent. Is there a true difference between the geek culture in Canada and between what you've noticed in the U.S.?
It sort of depends what you're talking about. When you look at the Canadian scene, especially when you sort of look at Ontario and Quebec, which is, I live right on the border of Ontario and Quebec, so I'm quite familiar with both con scenes and geek scenes. We're quite similar because everybody's got that wonderful bonding thing of the internet.
Yeah.
But also there are differences because the industry in some ways is bigger and in other ways is smaller up here in Canada. We have a lot of the major voice acting and dubbing studios for anime are in Canada, specifically Ocean Studios, which is in Vancouver. So there was a very, very big anime following, but presently in Canada, we don't have a television station that shows anime anymore.
Really?
Maybe you get your Pokemon, you get your kid stuff, but we used to have, Toonami kind of thing that you guys have in the States. We used to have that, but we don't anymore. So the Canadian scene is a lot less industry driven, with the exception of a couple entities. Ubisoft has a very large presence in the Canadian convention scene because their biggest studio's in Montreal. Another one is obviously Sony and Microsoft make the trip up here, but we sort of have a more fan-run scene, a less industry-run scene, and most conventions here are not-for-profit, run by fans who I don't know how they have any spare time to do it. And cosplay is very, very big up here in Canada.
So it's like underground. You guys got to work hard for what you get, but more here, it's just kind of accessible.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. I mean, here in Ottawa, we used to have one very big anime convention. And anime conventions were sort of how it all kind of started for conventions in Canada. We had one that was called ACQ that was great. And then unfortunately there were some problems and it shut down indefinitely and has never come back. And we had another little small one pop up that was okay, but pretty much everybody travels to Montreal and to Toronto for the big cosplay conventions. And then now we have an industry convention here. We're getting a second event in our city now. And Ottawa's a city of just over 1 million people. So we're not that big, even though we're the country's capital.
Mhm.
It's mostly based out of Toronto. It's mostly based out of Montreal. But there's industry shows and there's the fan run shows. And the fan run shows have a whole lot of cosplay, only a few guests, a lot of fan run stuff, a lot of, people like me running panels. And then the industry shows are kind of, your New York Comic Con, your Fan Expo.
So I'm looking here. I see the picture of the Jill Valentine shoot, actually. And you're a very attractive young lady. And you're doing this cosplay and you're doing the writing and you're putting yourself in a public spot. So what do you think the current state of the geek girl is, and then is there such a thing as a fake geek?
See, okay, here's the thing with that. I find being a female geek a very interesting experience, because you're marginalized but also accepted, but also not at the same time. So I'm a geek girl. I proudly give myself that label, and I like to maybe reappropriate that term a little bit.
Uh-huh. Please use us as the forum.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
it's something that's that's on a lot of people's minds. Like, we have a co-host on here, Laura, who's a female gamer, and it's hard to play online with her. We stay in private parties because she gets hammered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't play online.
Really?
The only time I will play online is a private party with my friends, because it's not worth how upset it'll wind up making me.
Yeah.
Because you do get a lot of hate just thrown your way for really no reason other than your gender. And this whole idea of fake geek girls, I think, is very silly in the way that it's actually being applied. I understand that, being a geek has sort of become a bit of a hipster thing, and you see the girls walking around, they've got a t-shirt that says geek, but these kinds of, air quotes, fake geek girls are not the fake geek girls that people are calling out at conventions, that spend $300 to make a costume.
Yeah, I was gonna
hours of their time, hours of research, hours of blood, sweat, and tears. And trust me, there are tears when you make a costume by hand. These are not the people that are faking it for attention.
Yeah, I was gonna ask: is the cosplay, does that have something directly, tied in with people thinking that they're, just playing dress up, as opposed to really caring about who the character they're, playing as they, watch or read, or, are really interested, invested in the anime or comic book or video game world, or is it just playing dress up?
See, I think that, when people use the playing dress up argument, they're not understanding the amount of time and effort that it takes to be a cosplayer. And I mean, sometimes when you do the closet costumes, the stuff that's really kind of just thrown together last minute, maybe. But when we're talking about, a Mylena cosplayer, yes, it's skimpy. Yes, it shows a lot of skin, and you're going to get some attention for that. And for some women, that kind of attention feels very positive. They want to feel sexy and attractive, and that makes them feel good. And if they want to do that, that's their prerogative. I'm not the kind of person that's comfortable in revealing costumes, so I don't wear them. But I think to say that they're just doing it for attention, there are a lot of other ways that women can get attention. You can walk around in a bikini if you want to in the middle of the street. Fine, go do that. And people are going to look at you. And you're going to get that reaffirmation if you just want that in the world. I don't understand why someone would take the extra step, especially because the kind of girls that sort of are being called fake geek girls or being accused of it don't seem like the kind of girls that would actually be interested in getting that kind of attention from geeky guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, who are you really trying to impress here?
Yeah, like why are you trying to impress these people? And it's not really like attention is a limited commodity. Like, when we're talking about Liz Katz, a cosplayer who does very revealing shoots, and that's how she markets herself. And yeah, sometimes people give her money for that, but that's their choice. No one's forcing them to give this girl in a bikini money. So,
yeah, for those listening, Liz Katz had some controversy. I don't know, it was a while back ago. Basically, she crowdsourced a photo shoot for Princess Peach, I believe it was. and ended up raising $4,000.
Yeah, around that
and,
much.
There was just controversy whether she should be asking people to fund this hobby, whether it's exploitation, if it's true cosplay, or whether it's just a skin show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's cosplay, guys. It's a hobby. I understand that there are professional cosplayers now. They're making their careers out of it, and
Reality shows.
Yeah, there's even a show on Sci-Fi.
Oh god, Heroes of Cosplay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is not airing in Canada. I am making a point to not watch it or seek it out because I've just heard all the things coming out of it.
You're
and
not
all the
interested
hate and
in, not
sadness.
curious at all?
I mean, I'm curious, which is why I read the news articles and why I read the people saying like, oh, I was made into a demon on this show. Great. But I don't want to watch it. I don't want to give it the ratings.
Wow.
Like I don't want them to say, well, we got all these hits on YouTube and then we got that YouTube money, or we watched it on TV and then they get the advertising money. It's the only way that you can fight something like this is really respond to it online, write the articles online, but don't watch the show. Don't give the show money, because when you watch the show, you give the show money.
Yeah. The here's an interesting question, and me and Aaron are both fans of nerdreactor.com. We follow them, we use them as a source. Obviously, we tracked down one of our favorite writers from there. But I was looking at their YouTube channel, and I was specifically doing my research for you, Jen, and I found the video of you interviewing the guys from Community, and it had less than 100 views. And I'm thinking, Community's a huge show with a cult following. Here's an interview that I'd never heard of with 100 views, but then every other video seemed to be cosplay related with the specific picture of, breasts, if that's what the kids are calling them, with 100,000 views. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? What's going on?
Why isn't something that's so, popular, just not getting the same amount of views as...
Is that just capitalizing on the
sex sales type of thing?
Sales?
Well, a big part of it is, sex sales. When people see a YouTube thumbnail and it's just, nice chests in their face, they're gonna pay attention to that. It's gonna catch their eye. But at the same time, sort of another thing to point out is when you say Dragon Con cosplay video or A-Con cosplay video, think of all the people that went to that convention. They're going to look to see if they're in that video.
So looking for themselves within the video, huh?
Yeah, you get a lot of hits by going to the convention's Facebook page and saying, hey, we were filming cosplayers. Check to see if you're here. And you get a lot of views that way. So while definitely the sex sells is a part of it, I think another thing is people are kind of looking for themselves and they're getting all excited. And the Community interview, I mean, it came out as well during Comic-Con. There was a lot of stuff going on during Comic-Con, so
yeah,
maybe it got a little less attention. But I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't base my my quality as a writer or as an interviewer and how many views my interview gets.
That's a good little tribute.
Good way to think, yeah.
It was a great interview, by the way. And anybody who's listening here, all they got to do is do a quick YouTube search for Community and Nerd Reactor, and they can check it out. One other thing, so you've got an interview. You mentioned the cast of Arrow. So which one has been the most prestigious for you? Which have you been shocked? Are these hard to do?
Or like nervous about any of them?
Yeah, I'm nervous talking to you, and I can imagine sitting next to a giant Lou Ferrigno who can crush you with probably a thought.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Lou Ferrigno was my first celebrity interview ever. And I can say that my knees were shaking pretty bad on that one. But I do have a theater background. I did 4 years of formal theater training, and that helps a lot with the stage fright and the nerves. But when, you ask, what's the biggest interview I've done? It's hard to say because different people are very popular in different circles. But I think maybe the cast of Arrow is a pretty big one because, I mean, Stephen Amell he's pretty. He's very pretty. He can do chin-ups like nobody's business.
Aaron's shaking his head. Yes, he violently agrees with this.
Wow, I don't violently agree.
We had a couple of our male writers that were jealous of like, oh, I have a man crush on him. I want to interview him. Like, I've got it. Take that.
So, okay, let's go to lighter topics. We've tackled the hard stuff. Let's go on to actually, this could be more violent, and I don't even know if you want to pick a side. But have you chosen a side of the console war?
Have I chosen? Well, okay. I am a Sony girl through and through.
Uh-oh.
My actual first console I ever owned was a PlayStation 1. So I've had the PlayStation 2. I still have it. I have my PlayStation 3. So I am a Sony girl, and I've never owned an Xbox, but there's been an Xbox in my home, and I've played it a little bit. But yeah, for the console war, I'm a loyal fan, and at the same time, all these things that the Xbox One was coming out with when they had the original launch plan. Yes, they've changed them, but I'm never going to sort of let go of the fact, hey, they were willing to do this in the first place.
Oh, you're going to hold it against them.
And they've even said that they plan in the future on bringing many of those features back.
Absolutely, because they're just looking for those Christmas holiday sales. And a big thing about it, a lot of things I wasn't necessarily super angry about, though I understood why other people were, like the Kinect being always on. I understood why that was built into the system, because they want you to be able to go Xbox on in the middle of the day, and boom, your Xbox turns on. And they can't do that unless your Kinect is plugged in.
Yeah.
But to sort of not realize that, hey, people might not be comfortable with a microphone and camera being on them all the time. Some people will be, some people won't be. You should give the people that aren't comfortable with that the option to turn it off, which they've done now.
Yeah.
And I understood with the DRM as well, because they were like, oh, you're going to download the game onto your console and never have to use the disc again, but we want to make sure you're not making 1 billion copies of the game. So again, I understood why they were going to do it, but I didn't think that the payoff was worth the cost.
Yeah.
Not having to look for my game disc every time I want to play a game is not worth the cost of not being able to buy used games.
You're definitely the exception and not the rule in this, because I don't think a lot of people thought the exact same way. Like, they reasoned why these things were put into the Xbox One. I think everybody's just like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going PS4.
Well, I mean, that's the internet, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's very reactionary, and people don't have a tendency to always think things through when they have an emotional reaction. And obviously, initially, I had an emotional reaction. I was like, why the hell would they do that? That's stupid. People are going to hate this. And then maybe a couple days later, I calmed down and thought about it a little more. And, oh, no, okay, now I see why they're doing it. I still think it's dumb, but I see why they thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm furious at you right now. Everybody listening, I take back all the nice things I said.
Wow. Yeah, because if you haven't known by now that Corey here is a Mr. Microsoft right here. They have his whole life wrapped up in their business.
I will cosplay as Clippy if I ever go to a...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That would be terrible. You'd probably get so much hate from that.
Would you like some help with that?
Exactly. That's all I'll say.
Trying to make a terribly, I thought of cosplay.
Somebody's going to do that now. Somebody's got to cosplay as Clippy.
So, Jen, what are your upcoming projects? What's work looking like for you?
Well, I've always got articles in the work. On Tuesday morning, I'm in the Live AF5 studio. I'm going to be talking about Pro Evolution Soccer 2014, FIFA 14, and Rain, which I'm more excited about Rain because I don't really like sports games.
Wow.
But I'm also in the works on a web series. Which,
like a live action, like a drama?
Yeah, sort of. Not sort of like a drama. The idea of it is it would be sort of articles in video form on a more regular basis.
Oh.
Sort of, people are going to jump on me for using this example, but when you look at sort of the feminist frequency videos and, the tropes versus women in gaming, which I know, I'm going to get some hate for using that, but it's a valid format and I support it. Basically, yeah, that kind of thing. Discussion topics, weekly events that occur. Because,
wow. And do you guys have a title you want to start promoting? Is this for Nerd Reactor or is this independent?
this is for Nerd Reactor. Nerd Reactor's always trying to get more, video content. We've got our TV Nerd Reactor. Current working title is Inside and Out.
Oh, okay.
And the idea is we're going to be basically picking apart modern day issues in geek culture. So if we're talking about the console wars, not only, wow, is this ever dumb, but why were they doing that in the first place?
Very cool. And so obviously we've mentioned that we can find you on nerdreactor.com. You have a Facebook page. You want to plug that URL?
Yes. My Facebook page is www.facebook.com/Genevieve.geek.girl. You can also find me by searching Gen The Geek Girl LeBlanc. My full name is Genevieve because I'm super French Canadian sounding.
And have you listened to previous episodes?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you catch any of the times we talked about Canada?
I've caught a few of them, yeah.
We love
I
Canada.
was always surprised whenever anyone else speaks about Canada. Well, Canadians, we have this weird inferiority complex, so whenever anybody mentions us ever, we're like, yeah, that's me.
You guys are our friendly neighbors to the north. Of course we have to mention you. We actually play online with a Canadian
gamer,
yeah.
Yeah, and then, so we've got, and that's why we didn't bore you with all that. So what do we say different than what you say?
Yeah.
Because we've totally bugged her
say
for
it
all
about.
that stuff. She says roof, and
Pronounce
you
it
guys say
about.
rough.
A boot.
A boot. Well, we love Canada, and
I love Canada. You better love Canada.
yeah, spread the word out there that Videogame Bang loves Canada, and you need to get more active on the Twitter. I'm gonna call you out.
Yeah. I'm one of those people that kind of thinks like, oh god, Twitter, right? That thing I have to remember to do.
I know Twitter is an extremely powerful tool. You and someone with the talent and the things you're doing, man, you'll soar. You'll hear so much hate, but you'll also get so much love.
Yeah, the hate is interesting. I wasn't always expecting that to come at me as quickly as it did, but I'm always surprised that people can get creative when they want to tell you that they don't like you.
Oh, yeah.
I've had people track down my personal Facebook and message me there.
Whoa.
But like, oh, I hated this article you wrote. I was like, okay, random guy.
Wow.
Thanks for that.
I can't wait
I
for
really
all that
value
stuff.
your opinion.
Cannot wait for all that stuff. We haven't got anything, well, as far as I know, have we got anything yet from that?
None that you know about.
Okay, yeah. If it ever comes straight at me, yeah, I'm
Keeping him
I'm
in the
love
dark.
it.
Yeah, I like to keep him in the dark.
I'm already dark enough.
Wow. It always goes to race. Well, Jen, thank you so much for your time. Man, this has been fantastic. It's so good of you to, while you're, before you explode too big, to show the little guys some love. So we really appreciate
Thanks.
that.
I still consider myself a little guy, so don't worry about it.
Oh, not for long. Not for long. Gen LeBlanc, everybody. That was Gen LeBlanc. So thank you so much for that interview. What did you think of the interview, Laura?
It was great. It went great.
What did you think, Steven?
It was crazy maze.
I'm surprised you guys stayed so quiet.
I know, didn't hear one peep from you two.
It's almost as if you guys weren't even here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I wish I could have talked.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what would you have said?
Hi, how's it going?
That's it?
And Laura, what would you have said? I mean, it's another girl gamer.
I think there was a little cat rivalry a little bit.
Oh, is that what it was, Laura?
Laura was rolling her eyes the entire
No,
time.
The
never.
entire time.
Never.
You saw it too.
When
I
she
had
wasn't making out with
Wow.
Steven.
Wow. And
I had to keep her
Wow.
down because she wanted to.
Sure.
shoving
Jump
your
on
tongue
her.
in her
Sure,
mouth.
that's what happened.
Had to keep her down.
That's what
Sometimes that's
Laura,
the only
stop
thing
it.
you can do.
She had to channel that frustration.
That's awful.
The thing just walked in asking where the sugar's at.
No, I think I would have asked her if there's a such thing as a fake nerd.
We
girl.
did.
Yeah, where were you at the whole
Asked her
time?
that.
We definitely asked her that. Were you not listening?
I think
Oh,
Steven
I'm
had
sorry.
his tongue in her ears. What happened?
Jeez. That's even grosser, actually.
Yeah.
That's just.
Have you tried it?
Next topic.
That means no.
We are coming to a close to this show. We want to thank everybody for listening. I thought it was a great show. What do you think, Aaron?
Oh, I give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that Sessler interview was great, wasn't it?
Oh, man, he is amazing.
Forgot to mention episode 10. It's coming soon, guys. It's in post production. We had to cut around all the Green Day section.
Yeah, those guys. I'm just gonna leave it clean.
I think they like to be pronounced Green Day.
Green Day.
That was part of the issue.
Green Day.
That was actually the problem we had. Aaron refused to pronounce it that way.
And they only wanted green M&Ms in their dressing room, which is weird because they don't taste any different from any other ones.
Yeah. And, we reunited X-Play. We had Sessler and Morgan Webb back together.
It was awesome.
It was good. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Jen LeBlanc, Steven, Laura. It's been a great show. And if there's nothing else to say, we'll see you guys on the internet.
Stay classy.
See you guys on the internet.